This is great.
All right. So what's this?
This is the 1990 Goodwill Games, Tacoma Dome, Seattle, Washington. This is, well, my highest accolade. This is my highest world ranking, a gold medal on high bar. And this is, man, I'll break down what's going through your head, but when you compete throughout a career, you get pretty experienced with that environment. But you go brain dead before you start. I think most gymnasts will tell you that. You raise before you're about to go, you're anxious and you're nervous and you're feeling it. But once you raise that hand to the judge, like as I look at this routine right now, I'm not thinking about anything. You're just doing. I'll tell you exactly what it's like. It's like when you're in training, you're programming yourself like a computer. When
Mm-hmm.
you raise your hand to a judge, you're hitting execute on that program. And any thoughts you have are just viruses that get in the way. I think focus is turning your brain off, not turning it on. And so when I watched that competition, I was just doing. I didn't really think anything, but leading up to that event, there's a funny story about that in the TV coverage. But I was nervous today. The person before me, because I was I think the last one up, and I was like, I knew I had a chance for a medal, which is really rare for me to feel like that. But once I raised my hand, you just, man, it's like Bill Zerchev said, it's professional. You go into your competitive mode. Funny thing about that, I was going to make reference to is it was being filmed live, and I'm
Mm-hmm.
about to go on the high bar, and all my friends and peers are watching at home on TV, and what they hear is, "All right, Lance Ringnald about to go. We'll be right back after this public service announcement," and they cut the commercial while I'm going. So I was competing, and they knew that because they didn't stop for that. They did tape delay, and Tim Daggett was commentary. So everyone, all my peers and friends, had to sit back and just wait and wonder how I was doing while they're watching commercials on, whatever. And when they came back, and they could tell from how I looked and kind of the response that it was probably a positive effect. But they said just moments ago on the high bar, and I don't know. It's a cool thing. Also, I
Yeah.
can't help but compare levels of gymnastics now to then. Like this was a very, very competitive, ahead of its time, a little bit routine, and now they're just such incredible trends.
Well,
And
what
there's
I'm
a lot of reasons
noticing,
for that.
you rarely see guys do gingers anymore.
No, I mean it's a C release. I guess when you're a
Yeah.
junior, it suffices some requirements, but you got a limited amount of skills to start as high as you can, and a ginger doesn't really serve you. So
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
going to turn into eventually the progressive cartwheel on high bar. Yeah, I can do one of those, but
Yeah.
it just doesn't do anything. Mm, that was such a neat moment. Like so many successes, I think for my peers and myself, you don't know the impact or the result of it until the time that follows. When you have someone recognize you or make reference to that success or realize how many other ways it could have gone. Because Andy Warhol's 15 Minutes of Fame, that was like the pinnacle for me, winning gold medals, tying with Chervil actually. And
That
I
guy
think in
right
that
there.
time, yeah, for that 15 minutes, I was world champion on high bar. And if I compete a weekend later, maybe I fall, maybe I don't have a good routine, so you take it when you get it and you train hard to get it. And no one stays perfect forever, but you try to come as close as you can. And those moments you do, like this moment, those are the moments that stay with you, that define what else you want to do after this. And then, man, you reference this all throughout your life. It's just,
Hmm.
you become grateful for those moments because they're guaranteed to no one. They can't be bought, and you're training to increase the odds that that would happen. And everyone's doing that, so it's competitive. And you got one shot. That always shocked me. That dynamic. The Olympics every 4 years, notwithstanding virus, where it's 5 years. You train all these years, raise your hand, and you start your routine. And here it is. Good luck. Hope you do well. 4 years investment. It just seems like a raw deal, but that's part of the dynamic. Wow, here's your one shot. So